Hi friends, welcome to Maison. We're starting a new thing where we're going to not only sell and show you the most beautiful vintage glassware in our vintage glassware and collectibles boutique. We're going to have some tea and tell you a little story. A story while we're looking at willow trees. Have a little retail therapy. We would love to go live, but unfortunately we cannot. And you'll have to go to our shop, parkermaison.com, parkermaison.com, as we cannot sell live because we have vintage items and I don't think they're allowed in the TikTok shop, but that's okay. Let's get to today's story while we look at some fun items. Today's story is about the teacup that wouldn't stay put. This is based on true reports of a haunted antique shop in Illinois. Welcome to the Daily Find Files. I'm your host, Judy. Today's story comes from the back room of a very real antique shop in Illinois, where a sweet little floral teacup, something like my daily cup, this is today's, decided it was done being ignored. Grab a drink, settle in, and remember, at any time during today's tale, feel free to jump over and snag one of our treasures that I'll be showing you. You never know what might have a story of its own, and we only have one of each item generally. It started in the spring of 2006 in a sleepy town where nothing exciting ever really happened. The shop owner, we'll call her Elaine, had just added a batch of estate sale china to her display case. Mostly floral teacups, a few sugar bowls, nothing extremely crazy or wild. But by the third morning, the same teacup had moved. Not tipped over, not nudged, moved. It had been sitting neatly at the edge of the case. When she found it, it had been moved from the case to a counter, and it was in full view, if politely saying, like, hey, I'm here. Could you come and pick me up? Elaine thought she'd misremembered where she put it. She just thought, I just thought I put it there. I must have put it over. Yeah, it's fine. A week goes by. Every day, she comes in. Teacup, moved, different spot. Customers began arriving, going and walking in front of the beautiful glass display case and complaining. One woman said she felt a brush across her neck, like a cold silk scarf kind of being drug across her neck. Another man said the cup he was looking at looked like it was breathing. Elaine, ever the skeptic, put in a surveillance calendar. A surveillance calendar? That's weird. We haven't discovered that yet. Surveillance camera. Watch the footage back. Guess what? All normal. Nothing happened. Until 3:11 a.m., that is. The cup, without wobble or slide, rotated. Turns. Just turns by itself 45 degrees. No breeze. No mice. No explanation. Just turned. Elaine didn't give up. She kept working. One night, she stayed late to rearrange inventory, probably having to dust. We have to dust a lot with the vintage goods. As she passed the case, the one everyone was standing in front of, the one that people were saying they were feeling cold splotches, where the lady had the silk across her neck, Elaine said, something. From the back of the store. There's nobody in the store, though. The back of the store at night, closed, after hours, inventory time. No customers, no radio, no phone. There's nothing on. It's quiet. What is Elaine here? I just want tea. I just want tea. As you can imagine, Elaine was very upset and scared. So she ran out without locking up for the night. She arrived back the next morning, happy to find that her little shop was Still in perfect condition. Nothing had been stolen. Nothing had been moved. Nothing had been broken. However, teacup, gone. No broken glass. No sales. Teacup was just gone for the next 2 years. People arrived constantly asking about it, not out of fear, almost like they were being drawn. Curiosity, maybe? Something gentler pulling at them? Anyway, people would come and they would ask, what happened to that teacup? Where's that teacup? And Elaine found this to be odd, as she had had plenty of teacups and beautiful antiques in her shop over the years. Never saw the teacup again. Maybe there was just a ghost there for a while that wanted to have a tea party, and when no one actually sat down and gave her some tea and offered her some tea, she left. So for all those ghosts out there who would like to have some tea, we have tea. You can come and have tea with us. And we got triple mint. We got throat coat. We got honey lavender if you got too much stress. We've got this lovely teapot that is full of water today. And yeah, the items you've seen on today's episode are for sale at parkermaison.com. Free shipping on items for addresses deliverable in the United States, serviceable by the United States Postal Service. At some point, hopefully we'll have other shipping services, but for now, it is the fine people of the United States Postal Service helping us out. Check us out, parkermaison.com, for all your gift-giving needs. All of our items are unique. They're one of a kind. There may be more out there in the world, but they are rare, I think. And so if you gave somebody this, I doubt they would find another one somewhere else. So there's the bottom. Here's the top. There's no scary stuff in this one. Anyway, okay, we'll see you on tomorrow's episode where we come up with a whole nother story. It might be a conspiracy series story. It might be a small ghost hunt tale.